So this might be a little late recording. Morning. It's the first time we've done that
Yay.
in a long time.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
we apologize for the late
Mm.
upload, but we got a lot to talk about, so we're just not gonna waste any more time. Let's jump into it.
What a fun intro.
Welcome to the greatest podcast on earth. Nothing agreed. We have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned and buckle up.
Vamos, bienvenidos a mis players y equipos. Welcome to Nothing Agreed. How are we doing, Baron? Welcome to Nothing Agreed. Back with another episode, baby. How are we doing, Baron?
Tired.
That's that yeah. When did you hit the hay last night?
Like 1:30.
Yeah, it was about a 2 a.m. day for me, kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting the grind and on the work, so it was a little bit of a trek for me.
Yeah, but you had a
Um,
much more eventful day than I did.
I did have a much more eventful day than you did. Actually, no, I can't say that off the bat. You said it yourself, but yeah, no, I was out of my house at 11:15, and I got back at 10:30. So a little long day, but fun day at the SEC championship. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually featured on the Falcons' newest social media post,
Oh boy.
which is not like actually featured, but on their Twitter they have a video of them changing the stadium from the SEC championship and like all the work that went in to them making
Mm-hmm.
it the Falcon Stadium today. And in the first like it's a huge time lapse, but in the first like second and a half, I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
video. And I saw myself, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. So like
There
no
you
one's
go.
gonna know it's me, but pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Falcons are playing the Seahawks at 1 o'clock today. Kickoff is in less than 2 hours from when we are recording this. So it's a
I,
little.
I got I got a text saying you can get tickets for $25 today.
Oh wow. Maybe a
Yeah,
little maybe after recording session for Brooks. We'll see.
little something like that.
You never know. Maybe there's an upset brewing, but um, it's a little bit of an unorthodox recording. By the time this gets put out and people have the opportunity to listen to it, they'll probably be like 10 or 15 minutes before some of these games kick off. So instead of spending a lot of time talking about what's gonna go, what happens before these games, like we usually do, we're gonna talk about what we actually think is gonna happen, like in game, because there's not really a lot of time for us to talk about the pregame stuff we
Mhm.
usually get to. So we'll see how this goes. And again, yeah, we had a busy weekend, so
Little
sorry for
rapid
the
fire episode.
yeah, a little sorry for the late recording, but if we have some time left over, maybe we can dive into some college football
Oh yeah, let's
for
do it.
better or
Let's
worse.
let's kick it up a notch.
All right, well, let's go.
Great
Let's start
band,
off
Rip song.
with Thursday. We'll do it. Let's do a little bit of a recap though. Thursday night football recap.
Hey,
We do have to start off traditionally. The Lions hosted
always.
the Cowboys in a game where you need to win to keep your playoff hopes alive. The Lions, Jameer Gibbs especially, said, "We're the better team. We deserve to go to the playoffs, and we're gonna give it to you." 44-30. Yeah. Brooks, thoughts?
Still a great victory for the Lions offense against a poor Cowboys defense. That kind of always been the trend last year. Still a concerning win to me though. The only reason why is you give up 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you never want to say, oh, your offense scores 44 and it's still kind of not close, but the final score doesn't really tell the whole story of the game. I mean, this was a 3-point game. This was a 7-point game, so I think this is a much needed victory for the Lions, keeps them in division race. But yeah, I think this is still a good win to walk out of, but not like a dominant victory, 44 points, So yeah, Cowboys chances.
Yeah, their playoff chances are about over at this point, assuming the Eagles don't have an insane collapse, which is possible, but we'll talk about that later. But other than that, yes, this seems the Cowboys team has finally come back down to earth a little bit after playing amazing the last 2 weeks, maybe even three, if you want to say that. But yeah, like you said, 44 points let up. That's the Cowboys defense we've been seeing all year. It's good. Lions had a chance to capitalize that, get right after a couple bad weeks offensively, more than a
Hmm.
couple. But yeah, looking at the Lions, still letting up 30 points. We know this Cowboys offense is elite. I think it's the number one in point scoring offense in the league right now. So give credit where it's due, but yeah, that's not great when you're looking at this Lions team that still has playoff aspirations because you know you're going to run into much better defenses than that, and you're not always going to be able to score 44. So, yeah. Still some questions about the Lions. I wouldn't say they're probably
Agreed.
favored to win that division. I think it's probably going to be the winner of whoever's playing today. But in a game that you needed to win to keep your playoff hopes alive, like we said, the better team gets it done. Cowboys, there's always next year, right? Isn't that what they say? So
That's
let's
always
move
what they say.
on to now, starting soon, Jets Dolphins.
Yes. Love this game. Gonna be an awesome game. This is honestly a pretty good slate in my opinion. But we start honestly at the low of the low. Dolphins, if they win this game, they go to and they could still
Oh
be in
my
the
god.
playoff race. They could have a chance if they just win out, and some things probably fall their way. But I'm gonna take the Dolphins in this game just for the fun of it. This is in New York, correct,
Yeah.
or is this in Miami?
No, this is in New
Okay,
York.
New York
It's cold.
changes it a little bit, especially with Tua. But give me the ground game of A Chain to come back, 100 plus yards, touchdown. I'm gonna go 123 on the ground, um, 2 touchdowns for A Chain a day, and the Dolphins win. Give me those boys down south.
Yeah, I also think the Dolphins are going to win. Um, like you said, I think a lot of it's going to be on the ground. I think they just have the better team overall, despite what we've been saying all this year. Still not a great team, but it's the Jets. Yeah, already said it's very cold. I think there's a statistic. It's been flying around Instagram the last 2 days, but obviously the Tua's 0 and something. He's never won a game when it's below 40 degrees, but the Jets are also 0 and something when it's a certain situation like this. I forget what it is specifically, so I apologize, but something's gonna break today. So it'll be interesting to see what it is. But yeah, I agree. I think the Dolphins are going to win this game and move on and keep their, like you said, keep their playoff hopes alive. So with
Mhm.
that being said, we have another divisional matchup with the 6-6 Steelers and the 6-6 Ravens.
I think the spread in this game is maybe 5.5, and I like Baltimore. I like at home in a division game for them. I know they're coming off not so great of a result, but to me, still Lamar Jackson, the boys. The defense gotten a little bit better for the Steelers, but then again, I still think it's not perfect. I think Derrick Henry has been much better than as of recently than earlier. And yeah, give me the Ravens to put the hold on the division right now. Put their arms around the division lead and try to hold on. Give me the Ravens at home.
Is Aaron Rodgers playing this game?
Aaron Rodgers is playing this game. Yes.
That'll be interesting to see. I agree though. I do think the Ravens are going to win this game. Ultimately, I think they have the better offensive weapons in Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Mark Andrews also just got an extension this weekend. Kind of curious, given his production the last couple of seasons, but clearly they see something we don't. And you talked briefly about the Steelers' defense not playing great, and I want to give a quick shout out to the Ravens' defense, who's been getting better each week as the weeks
Yep.
goes on. And yeah, I think they're gonna hold Aaron Rodgers down. I'm not in love with the Steelers' run game. It's not a. I mean, we've seen running backs by committee rooms work, but they don't have that great of running backs. I don't. I'm not. I just don't like what they have going on in that backfield. Yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna get this one done at home as well. So we'll move on to our third divisional game of the week, where the 2-10 Saints are going down to
Yeah.
Tampa to take on the 7-5 Buccaneers.
I'm gonna take the Bucks in this one. I think this is one of their games on their schedule where they kind of have a hard schedule, but this is one of their freebies. I don't feel like I have to talk about this one too much. I think Bucky Irving's back. Baker Mayfield is gonna play through his stuff. Godwin and Buka. Offense looks good. Defense still has some of their jolt to it. Give me Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I also agree. I do think Tampa Bay is going to play very well. And I wanted to check something real quick, but yeah. So yeah, I think they're gonna get
That's
it
the
done.
that's the
I
only
agree.
game this week, Baron,
Hmm.
above 60 degrees.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean Tampa, Florida. It's not cold down there, but yeah,
There's another game in Florida this week too.
yeah, but that one's a lot closer to. That's not Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
That's Panhandle near Florida, or not
Yep.
Panhandle, but it's northern Florida. It gets
Yep.
cold. It's northern Florida might get snow this year. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. I did
So
see that.
yeah, that's not surprising. But back to the game down in Tampa. Yeah, I do. I've been hearing all about Tyler Schott and how great he might be one day, but I just don't like what this Saints team has going for them offensively. They're not surrounded by weapons outside of Chris Olave. Alvin Kamara is not the same player. And defensively, yeah, they don't. I'm not in love with what they've got going on down there right now. I do think the Buccaneers are a better team. They're not really playing for a divisional lead, even though the Panthers are creeping. We'll see how they look after this week. After this week's game goes by, because they're on bye. But yeah, they are still playing for something. Their division is not locked up, so this is a game they have to win. And they're also probably trying to fight for better playoff position, because right now they're the 4 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But
There you go.
we'll move on to the other game in Florida, which just so happens to be another divisional game, where the Colts are taking on the Jaguars, both 8-4. Where the winner of this game will take the divisional lead, and will, I think it's what, the third seed in the AFC.
Yeah, third seed.
Yeah.
And I love the Jaguars in this game. I think you're not surprised by that answer just because you know how much I kind of rag on the Colts. But
Mm-hmm.
if you know, yesterday, a little bit of a tangent here, but Georgia beat Alabama in a game where Georgia had a lot of things going against them in terms of streaks, and that was against Bama in Atlanta, against Kalen DeBoer, SEC championship game sometimes can be their fluke, all that kind of stuff. But the Colts have not won in Jacksonville in I think a decade, and I think that's going to continue this year as well. The one win for the Jags, if I'm not mistaken, in their 1-15 year was against the Colts at home. I could be wrong, but give me the Jags in this game. They're underdogs as well. I like the Jags in this game to win, and because Daniel Jones' offense is not the same as before his injury and the couple previous weeks. So give me the Jags.
I think the difference in this game is going to be the defense. And while I do think the Jaguars early in the season had probably what was a top 5 unit, I think they're slowly not putting it together as much. It doesn't look as great as it once did. And unbeknownst to many people, the Colts do have a top 5 unit on that side of the football. And I think that's going to come to play today. Yeah, I like the Colts to win this game. Jonathan Taylor's been having a monster year. I think he continues and has a big game today, sorry. And yeah, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be called to do too much but when it matters, I think he's going to make the proper throws. Again, this offense is built for him to just do what's necessary, not for him to play any sort of hero ball, and I think that'll prevail. I think that'll come out. Trevor Lawrence, he's not had the best track record in big must-win games. So I think the Colts are going to get it done. They're the better team. But we
There
can
you
move
go.
on to this week's Toilet Bowl, where the 1-11 Browns or Titans are taking on the 3-9 Browns.
No, this game could be fun. Okay, I think Toilet Bowl games always have an appeal to them. And this game has a little bit of appeal to it because it will be snowing a little bit. It won't be
Oh,
it won't be like a lot of snow, but I think it'll be flurry. So that'll create some winter weather football. Give me the Browns. Just the defense alone, right? I think you're going to say the exact same thing as me right now,
mm-hmm.
but you have two offenses that you don't feel so confident in. I feel more confident in Quinshon Judkins doing anything on offense compared to any other player. And then defensively, we're talking about one of the best in the league. Also, something I want to keep an eye on.
Sack
How
watch.
much? What's up?
Sack watch record.
Exactly. How much are the Titans going to throw the football? Because if Miles Garrett is beating one of the best offensive lines this year with ease, what is he going to do to like the worst offensive line in the league? So give me the Browns. I am rooting for Myles Garrett to get the sack record. So give me the Browns.
Yeah, this game probably will not be on the quad box, but I do think the Browns are going to win. A little bit of a storyline: Cam Ward versus Shadur Sanders.
Yeah,
Remember all
true.
that time they spent
That talk.
together before the
People,
draft and all
people.
that. So that might be something fun to watch, see if they have a little bit of a competition between themselves. But yes, the Browns are the better team. They're probably going to win this football game at home. Not much more to be said there. Moving on, we might have another kind of toilet bowl here, depending on what you consider is good or what's bad. But Jaden Daniels is returning. I think I need to put him in my starting lineup. Yeah, who would you start, Jaden Daniels or Trevor Lawrence today?
I start Trevor Lawrence today.
Okay, I think I'm going to stick with Trevor Lawrence. But if Jaden Daniels has a big game, Brooks, we're coming back to this point. But he's playing the Vikings, sorry,
Don't
in
listen to me.
Minnesota. Thoughts?
A lot of people are actually picking the Commanders in this game.
So I think they're going to win.
I don't blame. Yeah, I don't blame them.
Is J.J.
Just the
McCarthy
way
still out?
JJ McCarthy is playing.
No, well, that doesn't
Um,
matter.
so I don't blame him. I'll go with the Commanders as well. I think some of their games they've been really close and knocking on the door on the precipice of victory, and I think they'll get it done today. Yeah, Vikings are not a strong team. So I mean, the Commanders aren't either, but all you have to look at is just the games, the Vikings, and that's all you need for this
I mean, look what
storyline.
the
For
Commanders have been doing with
yeah.
Mariota. Just wait till Jane Daniels steps in there.
I mean, that's been kind
I
of
think
people.
I
Been,
have to. I think
people
I have to start him.
all right, people have been saying that, but I will stick with the whole notion of it is not good. So give
Who's not
me
good? Jane
uh,
Daniels.
no, like the Commanders aren't good.
Oh,
Even with
yeah. I
Jane
don't think
Daniels
they're.
or
But he's got.
Marcus Mariota, not
He's
good.
got. He's got Zach Ertz, his favorite target. He's got Terry McLaurin. He's got Debo Samuel. Like, do you think the Vikings defense is going to be like that today
I mean,
at home?
he's 2-4 this year.
It's true.
So
I'll look at his
yeah,
stats, but I might
I mean
start
his
him.
losses, his losses are I don't want to say respectable, but they're understandable.
Let me look. Let
Green
me.
Bay on the road, Chicago at home by 1, Dallas on the road, and Seattle at
Because the
home.
thing is, like,
Those are
Trevor Lawrence will throw for like 230 yards and like one touchdown. So it's like, and I'll get 15 points from him.
all
Whereas
right.
Jaden Daniels could get like 100 rushing yards, and then that's like 13 points off, just like right there.
All right. Well, you do
I'm
your
looking
thing,
at it.
bud.
I'm just looking at it. You can hold on. Let me move to the next game so you can talk about that because it is Seahawks and Falcons.
Ugh. All right. Next, can we? You're already on the clock. Next game.
Fuck.
Yeah. I just look. I think again, the Falcons are one of those teams where they can make this game competitive and cover the spread, but it's not good enough to win the game. I think the Seahawks defense is going to be all over Kirk and Bijan today, and yeah, give me the Seahawks in this one. Big day for JSN as well, probably. I sound so depressed actually right now. Just give me the Seahawks. In a dome as well. I like them.
Yeah, I'm starting Jaden Daniels. I also think the Seahawks are going to win, but I will say this:
But
if there is going to be an upset this week, I do think it'll be the Falcons. And hear me out. Raheem
I was
Morris.
thinking something like that too. So
Raheem Morris. At this point knows his job is in jeopardy. Everything he does is is going to affect his future. So this is an opportunity for him to get on some good grace back from Arthur Blank, beat a really good team with playoff aspirations. We know that this Falcons defense can be really good. And this is also a home game. I think that's going to help them out a lot. And again, I think Sam Darnold, if he's getting flustered all game, he's going to make mistakes. We've seen that happen before in big games, whether it's been on the Jets, whether it's been on the Vikings, or even on the Seahawks. When you make him flustered, he will make mistakes. If they can capitalize on those mistakes, this is a game I could see the Falcons winning. But like you said, this is the Falcons team. It's just you don't know what you're going to get from them this season, right? This is a team that can upset the Bills or upset the Texans one week, but then go and lose to the Saints or the Panthers the very next week. So
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if the Falcons won this game. But we can move on to, I think, a lot of people's game of the week, maybe, but it's going to be Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen up in Buffalo. I still think the Bills are going to destroy them, but
Really?
yeah, I just have no
I
faith. I have no faith in that defense.
I don't, to be honest. I don't think this will be a blowout. I think this will be a fun game. Flurries again in Buffalo. Snow is coming. Um, and if there's one thing the Bengals cannot lose, or else their franchise is over, is Burrow over Allen and the video of him slow mo throwing. They'll flex this video 100 times. It will be entirely in the bin if they lose today. I can see a world where the Bengals win this game. I can see a world where the Bengals win this game.
I mean, I could as well, but this is where the difference is for me, right? It's going to be hard weather. We know these teams both love to pass, but if it comes down to it and they need to put the ball on the ground, you look at one side, they got James Cook and a pretty good offensive line. You look at the other side, they got Chase Brown and a pretty shit offensive line. So, and again, I'm not huge on Buffalo's defense this year. I think that is going to hurt them come playoff time if they even win a game in the playoffs. I think they're going to lose first round still personally. But despite having Joe Burrow there, this Bengals defense is terrible. We just know that for a fact. So I doesn't think it doesn't matter how the Bills are going to move the ball, whether it's ground or air, it's going to be open. So I think the Bills are going to win this game. They're going to not have any problem with scoring. And if they do lose this game, it's probably going to be because of self-inflicted mistakes. But that closes the 1 o'clock slate for us. We now move on to the afternoon slate. So we have a little bit of time before these games start. But we start with a thriller with the Broncos at the Raiders.
I honestly am putting my hands up in voting that we should just skip to the actual good game of the 4 o'clock window. Give me the Broncos. Not much to say. They're playing the Raiders.
Geno Smith needs to retire.
Yeah, we all.
So yeah, let's get the other one. Let's just go and get the other one out of the way.
$134.
Let's go and get the other one out of the way.
$134.
What?
That's the cheapest ticket.
That's crazy. All right, and in Vegas too.
That's the third most expensive.
That's crazy. All right,
All right,
well, let's get the other bad one out of the way too. Rams Cardinals.
I'll take the Rams. Even with a big spread, I'll take the Rams.
Jacoby Brissett.
Can throw the football, but the Cardinals. Give me the Rams.
Fair enough. All right.
Even when Jacoby Brissett broke the record for most completions in the game, they still lost by like 20. Give me the Rams.
Fair enough. All right, Packers and Bears.
My heart is telling me the Bears win this game. That's what my heart is telling me. I want to pick the Bears. I want to ride the bandwagon. Ben Johnson and the love. 17 degrees today, Baron. It's going to feel like 6. It's going to feel like 6 degrees out there.
That's not a problem for anyone. I don't think.
That makes me 5 weeks ago, I said that makes me very confident in the Pack, or like at the start of the season because of Josh Jacobs. But Kyle Monungai is a great power back. And I mean, I don't want to rub anything in on your Eagles, but you saw a lot of that last week. So it was not a good sight. And so we know that can happen too. But this is Jordan Love Toyotathon. This is Lambeau. This is the greatest quarterback statistically, not me saying it, the greatest quarterback statistically in weeks 11 through 17.
That's true.
I want to say the Packers slightly edged out, but this could be my dog of the day. But this is a very close game, in my opinion.
I agree. It's going to be close. Caleb Williams is having a very quietly good season.
Thank you.
I know.
He said.
I know. Yeah, a lot of people aren't talking about it, but he's playing very good football for the second year. He's not putting up a ton of stats, but he's doing what's right. He's doing what's necessary. He's not turning the ball over, and he's making big plays when they need to be made. They've got a good system around him. I like this Bears offense, and what else is not being said is how good that offensive line is. There's a reason Kyle Monungai is plays that the way he's playing, and DeAndre Swift, because that offensive line is playing out of this world in terms of the run game. So I think you're going to see a lot of that again today. And defensively, you know this Bears defense leads the league in turnovers, so those are two very good stats to be leading the league in, and I think those are going to help them out a lot today. I'm going to take the Bears. I think they win.
Ooh.
I'm not I know it's Toyota-thon, but again, Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur do not have a good track record, in my opinion, in big games, despite what week it is. So, yeah, I think the Bears are going to get it done. And you know how Ben Johnson likes to put up points on the Packers. So, yeah.
Romeo Dobbs coming
I
back.
think he's had this game circled for a whole year, in my opinion. But
Romeo Dobbs coming back for the Packers as well.
oh, thank goodness, I thought he was in a better place.
Jeez. Sunday Night Football. We can get that, I guess, kicking and rolling. Texans and Chiefs. I just flipped the
Hmm.
script on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Um, who's starting at quarterback for the Texans? Is C.J. Stroud back?
CJ Stroud.
Has he been back? I haven't really been paying attention to them.
Yeah, he was back last
Okay.
week too.
Okay. Well, I didn't pay attention
Oh,
last
wait,
week.
you didn't watch football last week. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was rough.
He's back.
But yeah, regardless. I don't know. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. At home, I mean, it feels like you can't not bet on Patrick Mahomes at this point, right? Like,
Yeah, the brain is telling me the Texans because their defense and they can just sprout something, but the heart is just leading me towards the Chiefs. It really
yeah.
is. It's just telling me it's Mahomes. It's at home. It's a clutch do or die situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see the Kansas City Chiefs sprouting this one into victory. So yeah, I'll take the Chiefs as well. But I'll be honest with you, all day today I've been thinking the Texans are gonna win. So yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
take the Chiefs in the heart.
you said their defense is good. Definitely one of the best, if not the best in the league. But like that Chiefs defense isn't bad either, and I'm not in love with this Texans offense. Like I have more faith in the Chiefs offense than I do in the Texans offense. And at the end of the
Yeah,
day, offense is what scores points. So yeah, I think the Chiefs are gonna pull this one out narrowly though. It's gonna be a close game.
there you go.
And then yeah, just in case just for the viewers, we're gonna go ahead and just do Monday Night Football now. We both have finals weeks coming up, so we don't know when we'll be able to record again. So we're just gonna knock it out for you, which is Eagles and the Chargers. Any thoughts, Brooks?
Yeah, I like the Eagles in this game. I know Baron doesn't like me saying that probably, or just maybe doesn't agree with it too much. But no cold weather, I think, is gonna help both teams. But two reasons I think the Eagles are gonna win this game. I think this is gonna be a good day in the air for Jalen Hurts. Actually, yes, Nick Sirianni is gonna take more of the reins on the offense. And I know Eagles fans are saying hoping to hear that's 100% of the offense that he takes the reins over. Um, but I like Jalen Hurts in this game. I like the Eagles in this game. And I also like that they now have a positivity rabbit in their locker rooms. They're going to be thinking happy thoughts, and they're going to be so great. These are professionals that get paid millions and millions of dollars, like bajillions of dollars. And the positivity rabbit is going to spur them to a victory on Monday Night Football. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, that rabbit is so effing stupid. I don't want
I
to say
knew
that.
once I brought that up, that would be your reation too.
I
I saw it on Instagram and I saw you already liked it, and I was like, I cannot wait to bring this up on the pod.
God, that actually like made me mad. Regardless, yeah, I mean, if this game goes bad, I can always just turn over to the Monsters Inc. broadcast. For any of you that don't know or just haven't heard yet, Brooks didn't even know, so don't feel that bad. But
Don't feel
the
bad.
Eagles and Chargers for ESPN's push to make football better for kids to watch. They're giving you the Monsters Inc. broadcast where you can watch Mike and Sully take each other on at whatever time, 8:15. Look at me giving out this free promo. But
Bang.
yeah, Justin Herbert is not. We don't know if he's playing yet, so that's a big, big thing to watch. Obviously, I don't think anyone has a lot of faith in Trey Lance. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, Amari and Hampton though, I think just got activated and is looking to play this week, so that's something to watch out for, especially with no Jalen Carter in the middle. So we'll see if the
True.
Chargers are able to run the ball, although I feel pretty confident they won't because Jordan Davis has sneakily been our best defensive tackle all season.
Jordan Davis.
Yeah, but I mean, statistically, he's quietly been one of the best defensive tackles in all of football this season.
There
But
you
that's
go.
that's
There you
another
go.
discussion. Regardless, yeah, I'm not sold on this Chargers defense. And it's the Chargers. They games like this, they don't usually show up to play. But they might this time. It's a new regime under Jim Harbaugh, and we've seen that he's been able to get this team to rally when it matters at times. So this is gonna be a very interesting game to me. I could honestly see either team winning, and I do think it's a little crazy that the Chargers are not favored at home, despite having like the same record. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles, obviously, but I would not be surprised if they lost. But it's time for your favorite part of the week, Brooks. Take it away.
In what is it? What is it? What is the word? In recognition of Saturday's result on 4 o'clock kickoff. Oh, 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 oh. It is dog of the day. Yes, we're still looking for a sponsor. Brought to you by no one. Baron, we're supposed to keep track of our own scores. And I know last week I was a big dog of the day winner.
Mm-hmm.
I was. The Texans walked into Indianapolis. I think they were 4.5 point underdogs. I'm just gonna double check just to make sure so I'm not lying. Yeah, I got them at 4 point underdogs. 4 point underdogs. So I'm now up to I think 10.5. And what are you saying at 12?
Yeah, I haven't changed.
I think you're 12.5. So this is compared to last year, we're in a neck and neck battle for dog of the day. And since I am losing, per usual,
Yeah.
I get to go first on our sheet. Baron, I'm going to tell you my thought process, okay?
Let's hear it.
Going into this morning, waking up, I was going to pick the Texans. I like their defense, but I just think Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Then I bounced, you know what? This is Joe Burrow and the Bengals, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is his flex moment.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know about, like you said, the defense is a little scary. I think Josh Allen, especially in cold weather games at home, is just something different. So I'm going to pass on that one. Then my mind went, you know what? I'm going to take the Bears because the Bears are probably the best team in the league right now and that they always get the job done. But this is Jordan Love and Toyotathon, so I'm not going to go there. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to take the lead, I might as well ride the thing that breaks me the most.
Yep.
The Atlanta Falcons at +7 go home. They win a meaningless game that they're not supposed to win because that's what the Atlanta Falcons do.
Mm-hmm.
And especially after a week where they lose to the Jets, they love to lose the easy ones and then the next week win the hard ones.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Falcons, who are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who are 1-6 in their last 7 games. Give me the Atlanta Falcons to knock off one of the NFC's best in the Seattle Seahawks, furthering the point for the Rams in the NFC West.
Yeah,
+7.
You better buy a ticket now. I'm not joking. When I'm talking, I better see that phone in your hand. Well, that sucks.
What, to bet on them?
No, to go to the game.
I'm not going to that damn game.
That's what I'm saying. No, you better go now.
Hell no.
Damn, he has no faith.
I'm my ass watching Red Zone.
No faith.
Hell no.
Well, that sucks because that's who I was gonna take. So we're just gonna have to go Plan B.
I'll see you at 4:25, buddy.
Fair enough. All right. Anything else you want to say?
You gotta at least give a little explanation, to our viewers. You're going with the Bears.
I didn't. I was gonna pick them last week, and I didn't, and I should have. So I'm not gonna second guess myself again.
There you go. Well, the one thing I would say to the viewers is thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all are the goats.
Or hold on.
I wasn't gonna close it out.
Rewind. We have like 10 minutes. Any college football you want to talk about?
I mean, if you want to talk CFB, sure. Let's talk. There is something I want to talk about. Let's talk.
Right.
in our local time in 20 minutes and in 2 hours probably, but in 20 minutes, the college football selection committee show will be starting. Um, and I personally have some very interesting takes about the selection committee. To me, the fact that Alabama gets in, I think is kind of crazy.
They should in a
Because
row, right?
they're gonna get in.
Ugh.
Yeah, Alabama's gonna get in. I think Miami should honestly be in. Haters gonna come after me. I think Miami should be in. Um,
Absolutely.
but Miami is not gonna get in. It will be Bama and Notre Dame, maybe JMU's in.
Well, yeah,
But it's
JMU's
a
gonna go because
yeah.
they're the
They
fourth highest
they're,
rated
yeah,
conference champion.
the fifth I think actually. So I think
Well, then
Tulane's
they'll
in
get the
there over
12th.
them.
They'll get the 12th spot then.
They'll get the 12 seed. So yeah, this to me is kind of a travesty that Bama's getting in. They have some. They're they lost at home against Oklahoma. We can talk about Oklahoma being a top 10 team, but their offense sucks. Their defense is what really helps them. But their two losses, their biggest win was against Georgia, but I feel like that was kind of not erased, but there should be a very big stain over it. Because you just got blown out by Georgia and it wasn't like you were competitive at all. Like the scoreline, I feel like was more forgiving than what the game actually was.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost to Florida State. That is a horrible loss. A horrible loss. So personally, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they should get in. Yeah, I don't think they should get in.
That's yeah. I kind of agree. My actual biggest problem though is Miami will get left out and Notre Dame will go because that's just basically shitting on the fact that Miami beat them head to head.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they have the same record, right?
Yes, and Notre Dame lost the head-to-head. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry, what reasoning does the committee have to put Notre Dame in and keep Miami out? And I think this is bad for college football because now it's basically setting a sort of precedent that you shouldn't want to play anyone good because if you win, it doesn't help you at all. All it does is just make you look worse if your record's bad. It's basically just saying yeah, you just have to have a perfect record and then there's nothing they can say. And that's just going to invite teams to just not schedule games against hard opponents because you gain nothing from beating them head to head, apparently. So to me, that's the biggest problem with what's going to come out. And if it holds constant, I don't think you can leave Miami out without putting. I don't think you can put Notre Dame in without leaving Miami out. I think that's going to be bad. And look, I've already spent way too long these past couple months talking about how bad college football has become. But yeah, I just think this is going to make it even worse and have a lot of negative things that are going to result from it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, you know how I feel already about it. Yeah, I think whatever happens today, there's gonna be a fallout of something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Maybe
this is
one we can have an episode, maybe have a Christmas break when things kind of slow down a little, where you can like come up with some ideas to fix college football.
yeah,
Because I have a
they
good
need
one.
something.
I have a good one.
And what's that?
Get rid of
Spoil it.
conferences.
I see people hopping on that trend, and I really hate it. I think conferences is what makes college football beautiful.
Like I think you can
Um,
keep like rivalries, like school rivalries, but I'm serious though. Like I think we need to get rid of any sort of committee. Like that's the main problem, I think. Any sort of body of people that is left making decisions, something is going to be wrong. So college football needs to have a set of criteria that defines who makes it into what sort of postseason category and who doesn't.
I told
And
you this. They've had this before with the BCS, but
yeah, but
the
it didn't.
BCS also had there was some very big controversy with some BCS computer rankings. So
But that's the whole thing.
yeah,
Like that's the whole thing is as long
wherever
as
you go,
there's
there's gonna be someone that doesn't agree.
well, the whole thing is at least at me at least is as long as you have a group of people or as long as there's like conferences, there's gonna be not everyone's gonna get like you can't have individual athletic directors setting schedules. Like there needs to be that's where you do need a committee. Actually, I would say there needs to be a committee that sets every school's record for them. They determine who plays who. Better teams will play against better teams more throughout the season, and then we'll have a more clear view of how each team looks. I think, yeah, I don't think you can leave scheduling up to individual schools. I think that's also horseshit because, again, we'll see how this selection plans out. And I think Nick Saban said it the best, I think, a couple years ago with the whole Florida State being left out despite going, or not that season, the year before that, with, yeah, record, or year after that, record, like, you should want to encourage teams to play against good teams. Head-to-head matchups should matter, and if they leave Miami out and put Notre Dame in, that's basically saying it doesn't matter, and teams are going to schedule less games against good schools. That's why Alabama plays Eastern Alabama and like Western Kentucky every season, because there's no point in them playing Big 12 schools, because if they win, it doesn't matter. They just need to get a perfect record. So, yeah. Absolute horseshit from college football. It just needs to become a professional sport and needs to be regulated and set. And like how about this? We can keep conferences, Brooks, but every conference has to have an equal amount of teams. Like, we have to be just like the NFL. We will send this many teams from each conference to the playoffs each year. So this is how you have to have the best record in your we have to set it up like that, basically. Like, we can't just keep it all loosey goosey. So there's your little spoiler insight. But
all right, well, that'll be another episode of Nothing Green. Thank y'all so much for listening. Who is y'all's dog of the day? And peace.